For me, it tastes like a good soup with beef. Yeah.
Soup is one of the most beloved dishes in history. Warm, comforting, and, in some cases, deeply regrettable. Enter soup number 5. The Filipino delicacy made from really interesting ingredients because apparently someone looked at a cow and thought, yeah, let's eat that. Praised for its aphrodisiac properties, this dish is said to boost stamina, vitality, and your ability to make terrible life choices. But how does one turn this cow part into a steaming bowl of confusion? And more importantly, why? Let's dig into the menu and get to know the history, preparation, and sheer audacity of soup number 5. The origins and naming conspiracy. Throughout history, humans have displayed an unmatched ability to look at the most inedible parts of an animal and decide, this should go in my mouth. This level of innovation has gifted the world with delicacies like haggis, balut, and whatever they put in gas station hot dogs. But in the Philippines, one dish takes this to an entirely new level of culinary recklessness. Soup number 5. Nobody knows exactly who invented this dish, and frankly, nobody wants to take responsibility. The most common theory is that it originated in roadside eateries and carinderias, where cooks, determined to use every last part of the animal, eventually turned their attention to the most confidence-destroying cut of beef imaginable. Another theory suggests it was inspired by Chinese medicinal soups, which raises the alarming possibility that someone, somewhere, actually thought this was a good idea. Regardless of how it came to be, one thing is clear. Soup number 5 is a dish designed to test the limits of human willpower. For centuries, it has been served to adventurous eaters, late-night drinkers, and people who lost bets. But the real mystery isn't just why it exists, it's why it's called soup number 5. Unlike normal soups, which have names that describe what's in them or how they taste, this one sounds like an abandoned government experiment. Some believe the name came from a simple numbering system. Soup number 1, chicken; soup number 2, pork; soup number 3, beef; soup number 4, seafood. And then, somewhere along the way, somebody decided, yeah, we're going to need another number for this one. Others argue that the name was a marketing tactic, a clever way to trick unsuspecting customers into ordering a bowl before realizing they had just committed to eating a liquid representation of shattered masculinity. It's much easier to tell yourself you're eating something exotic called soup number 5, rather than admitting you're halfway through a boiled testosterone casserole. Then there's the most unsettling theory of all, the idea that soup number 5 represents the 5 emotional stages of eating it. First, there's denial, thinking, this isn't what I think it is. Then comes anger, asking, why did they make this? Followed by bargaining, saying, maybe if I add more chili, I won't taste it. Then depression, lamenting, oh no, I tasted it. And finally, acceptance, admitting, well, at least now I can say I've eaten this thing. Whatever the truth may be, one thing is certain. Nobody forgets the day they first tried soup number 5. Ingredient selection, the quest for manhood. Like any great dish, soup number 5 begins with selecting the finest, most respectable ingredients. In this case, that means the parts of a bull it fought the hardest to keep. The testicles and penis are carefully sourced from strong, masculine bulls who had no idea their legacy would be reduced to soup. Yes, you heard it right. They use the testicles and the penis for this very unique soup. Once acquired, they undergo a thorough cleansing process, washed, scrubbed, and boiled for 15 minutes to remove impurities and any lingering sense of dignity. From there, the real ingredients step in to save the day. Lemongrass, ginger, garlic, and onions do their best to disguise the truth, while black pepper, fish sauce, and a special Chinese herbal mix add a medicinal, earthy flavor. The herbs are believed to boost stamina, energy, and possibly the eater's ability to pretend they're enjoying this. With the ingredients prepared, it's time to move on to the most dangerous part of all, cooking the damn thing. The sacred cooking process, the ritual of transformation. Cooking this very unique soup is not just a recipe, it's an ordeal. This is where bovine masculinity is systematically broken down into something that, against all odds, qualifies as food. Step 1. The second boiling, a necessary humiliation. The organs are submerged in boiling water once again, but this time with lemongrass, garlic, onions, and ginger. The purpose? To soften the texture, remove any lingering impurities, and attempt to disguise what's really happening. This slow simmer lasts for several hours, allowing the tissues to relax and accept their fate. A pressure cooker can speed up the process, but traditional methods rely on time, patience, and a complete detachment from what these organs used to do. Step 2. The slicing of the shame. Once softened, the organs are removed from the broth and chopped into bite-sized pieces. This step is absolutely crucial. Eating them whole would result in a deep spiritual reckoning. Each piece is then briefly sautéed with garlic and onions, not because they need it, but because at this point, the chef is stalling for time. Step 3. The final sacrifice. The sliced pieces are returned to the strained broth, completing their transition from former reproductive powerhouses to steaming, slightly untrustworthy soup. A final splash of fish sauce, black pepper, and optional chili enhances the flavor, ensuring that every spoonful is accompanied by both heat and regret. After hours of simmering, softening, and suppressing intrusive thoughts, soup number 5 is now complete. The only thing left to do is to find someone brave enough to eat it. The health benefits, and why people eat this anyway. For centuries, soup number 5 has been praised for its medicinal properties, mostly by people who have already eaten it and need to justify their choices. The most famous claim? It's an aphrodisiac. Supposedly, consuming a bull's reproductive system transfers its strength and vitality to the eater, because nothing says romance like ingesting a liquid testosterone cocktail. Science, however, has yet to confirm any of these effects. There are no clinical studies proving that soup number 5 boosts stamina, enhances performance, or makes you any more desirable to potential mates. What we do know is that it's high in protein, zinc, and cholesterol, meaning it will probably increase your energy levels, right up until your arteries remind you who's really in charge. But its reputation goes beyond the bedroom. Many believe it helps with circulation, muscle recovery, and even post-drinking recovery. That's why it's commonly served as pollutant, a dish meant to accompany alcohol, because nothing pairs better with a night of bad decisions than a bowl of hot, questionable soup. In the end, whether soup number 5 actually provides supernatural stamina or just existential dread, one thing is certain: it will stay with you forever, physically, mentally, and possibly even spiritually. The moment of truth, how to eat it, and why people do it. After hours of simmering, seasoning, and questioning existence itself, soup number 5 is finally ready to be served. It arrives piping hot, leaving no time to reconsider your choices. Traditionally, it's paired with rice, beer, and an internal debate about life decisions. The broth is rich, slightly gamey, and steeped in the ghost of the bull's past ambitions. The meat? Chewy, tender, and emotionally haunting. Some approach it with false confidence only to realize there is no escape. Others sip in quiet reflection, accepting that this is who they are now. The seasoned veterans? They take a spoonful, lean in, and whisper, "You'll understand one day." But soup number 5 isn't just food, it's a test. A symbol of bravery, recklessness, and the Filipino ability to turn anything into a meal. Some believe it boosts stamina and virility, while others just eat it to say they survived. It's also a popular pulutan, or drinking food, because nothing complements questionable decisions better than a steaming bowl of boiled testosterone. Some even swear it cures hangovers, mostly because regret is sobering. Regardless of the reason, one fact remains. Once you've eaten soup number 5, you will never be the same again. The last spoonful. Soup number 5 is not just a dish, it's a life experience. For some, it's a source of pride. For others, a mistake they will never repeat. But whether it's for bragging rights, cultural tradition, or a drunken dare, this soup continues to exist, testing the limits of human willpower one bowl at a time. So, should you try it? That depends. Are you adventurous, curious, easily manipulated? If so, grab a spoon. But remember this: soup number 5 isn't just something you eat. It's something that stays with you forever.